My back is fine. And that happened within 10 minutes of me saying, please don't curse. I love what you're saying. For it to be set apart and to be holy. I respect what you're saying. But the word holy means to be whole. And within the realm of everything, cuss words are a part of it. I have to cuss at myself to get myself motivated. It works for me. So, if you are offended by cuss words, I'm sorry. But this is who I am. I have to be authentic. I have to be real. It works. It's better than me sitting up here and being in pain. I literally had to say to myself, bitch, what are you doing? So if curse words offend you, I'm sorry. I really am. But you gotta look past it and see the message. That's how it comes out. So you might have to find someone else to watch. So I apologize on your behalf. So yeah. So set apart and holy. Holy doesn't mean stick up your ass and walk around with your nose up. That's judgmental. Because no, there's many a person that said very powerful things, and because, oh, they're cussing, or they're saying it in a certain way, or they're dressed a certain way, I can't listen to them. Okay, you're gonna miss the message. So that's being very judgmental. So we'll leave that alone. So yeah, y'all saw it. I'm fine now. So I just want to impress upon you to have money. Amen. That's right. Thank you, sis. So, like I said, I'm not a Christian, but I do get the Bible on a metaphysical level. It's very hijacked and twisted, but I'm telling you, if you ever have, try it. Try it. If you have a cold, if you sprain your ankle, don't contract with it. Say no. This is not happening. This is not, I'm not saying to go walk on it at first. I'm saying get into your mind, send that healing energy to your feet. You can get Reiki. And thank you, Tamu, for helping with the Reiki, because it says where two or more are gathered, whatever you decide on is going to be done, right? So more people, more energy obviously makes things go faster. So I told my cells, I said, whatever hormones, chemicals, white blood cells, whatever you got to do, get in there and fix it. Your mind controls your body. Your mind. Not anything else. Not circumstances. I don't care how it looks. You don't contract with that. Don't judge by appearance. Whatever things look like, you have to hold on to the unseen manifestation, the unseen things. And you have to say that the unseen is more real than what you see. And seeing, it's not just seeing, it's also experiencing. Like I said, I work in the hospital, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'd be wanting to do just what I just did. No, we're not sick today. We're going to speak the word of healing. It's why I can't work there anymore. It drives me batshit crazy to sit here and hear people, I'm sick, and I'm not making fun of them. What I'm saying is I see the good in them. I see the perfection in them. Thank you for the hearts. And they don't see it. And if I go in there and say, you're not nauseous, you're not sick, they're going to fire me. So I'm going to fire myself. So I don't have to go through this conflict anymore. I've already set my date. I've already said I am retiring as of March 28th. I'm going full time into my sole purpose of healing and sole purpose of teaching others how to access this stuff, because you cannot walk whatever you say out of your mouth, as a man speaketh, so is he. Okay? Whatever you believe in your heart, that's what's going to be true. Your heart is your mind. Whatever you believe, that's what's going to happen. And it's time that we take that shit seriously, and we don't just pay it lip service and say, oh yes, I know that I'm perfect and I'm healed and I'm a goddess and I'm this and that. No. If you're still walking around contracting with illness, contracting with pain, then you have not fully realized your goddessness or your godhood. Okay? And I'm saying that out of love. I want everyone to walk around fucking powerful. And I want everyone to walk around saying what is going to happen, not what is happening. Our word for the day. And you see how I added this right here. I, Elisheba, you shall decree a thing, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. Decree means command. I say what's going to happen. All my plans will be fulfilled, for I know the end from the beginning. And you got to know what you want. And you have to say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what's going to happen. I'm not submitting to this pain. I am God, and there is no one else. I am God, and there is none like me. For I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. My counsel will stand. Not what the pain says. And what is it? I slay the devil. Yes, I'm going to post it on YouTube. I slay, like Callie. She chops off the heads of what her enemies. Is it not an enemy to me to be in pain? For me to be laying up in the bed talking about my back's out? Yes, that's the enemy. So fuck that shit. Cut that shit out. And shame the devil, like they say. You know, because the devil is the lie, the non-truth, the thing that is not true. And you get to choose what is manifesting in your life. So, I had a test and I passed. I really did start to be like, oh my gosh, what was me and all this stuff. And I said, no, we're not having this today. I got stuff to do. I'm hungry. I'm serious about to call up. Can you come help me? See, that's contracting with it. That's why people contract diseases. You didn't contract, you made a contract with it, but you didn't catch it. And this is the thing. If you catch something, you put your hand out and let it hit your hand. You can throw your hands up and say, I ain't catching that. Right? So, stop catching shit. You know, catching is an active thing. That's a verb. That means you have to participate in it. Stop participating. You know? So, lesson learned today. The power of the spoken word. I forgot to put that in my title, but I'll add it somewhere else. The power of the spoken word is the truth. You know, like I said, you saw my daughter had to pick me up out the dang floor. And it had to pick up all the stuff that I hadn't finished cleaning. And, you know, I got in the tub and that still wasn't enough. The lesson was that I need to command my body. I need to command what I want and decree what I want and let that shit be so. And that goes across the board. Because I'm actually on some level, very freaked out about quitting my career. Because guess what? That's security. I know that if I go there, if I put in my hours, I'm gonna get my check, right? It induces some level of fear to be like, no, I'm gonna go out here on my own and be completely responsible for me. That's true godhood. That's true goddesshood. Being completely responsible for your shit and not dependent on anybody else. And motivating yourself and pushing yourself to get done what you want. So I think also I know the metaphysical reason was because of like fear. And if you look it up, you know, not everything you look up metaphysically is going to match exactly. Some things are very personal, but most of the time they're very spot on. You know, it's fear. And one of them was fear of transition to a new career. And I'm thinking in my head, I ain't scared of that shit. Like, I'm motivated. I'm good. But you know what? This is what we have to realize, that even when you're, I think I said this yesterday, I got food stamps so I could do me for feeling. So, even when you make the decision to elevate, when you make the decision to vibrate higher, every fucking thing in the world is going to come for you. Got off of them? Good deal. Everything in the world is going to come for you. It's going to test you and say, okay, so you say you ain't scared? We're going to see how scared you are. I'm just saying. So you have to be prepared for that, for the revolt. Like everything about you, everything in you is going to revolt. Your cells are going to revolt. They're literally used to vibrating at a certain level. And there's science behind this. When I put out my emails, if you're not signed up for my email list, go to my bio, click on the link, it'll take you to my group, Vibrational Alchemy, and I'll post my email so you can get on my email list, because I'm going to put out emails and videos and stuff that are sent via email to talk about these things, the science, because this is a chemical phenomenon. This is something that's going on in your body. And anytime you try to make major changes, your literal cells will revolt. That's what mine are doing. They're like, okay. And it's a crazy process. They will literally, test you to see if you're going to stay the course. But what it does is it strengthens you. So now, and even as I was saying those scriptures and I was saying those phrases and I was talking to myself, I was like revitalized and renewed in my decision to not take back my word, because I've been tempted to say, well, let me just take another contract, because I'm a travel nurse. So I take contracts of 13 weeks apiece. Let me just take another contract just in case this doesn't work. One of the scriptures I just read, I can't remember what it was, but it was speaking about don't take back your word. You can't falter. When you say something, when you make a decision, you have to keep going. Do not go back. I'm telling you. So I'm glad this happened, because it gave me an opportunity to give a personal, real testimony about, how this works. So if you haven't already, go to my bio, click on the link, get into my group of Vital Alchemy. If you're not already follow me here on Periscope. I have a YouTube channel. It's called The Scientific Witch. I'm having classes starting April 7th. If you sign up by tomorrow, March 5th, you will get $82.50 off of your total price of the class. The class is $495, so the price will be down to like $412 if you pay in full by tomorrow. This stuff I teach in these classes is just what I'm talking about now. How to reprogram your mind so that you don't have to falter and keep contracting with things that you don't want. Nobody wants their back to be out, because if your back is out, you can't work. If you can't work, you can't eat. So nobody wants that. You can't participate and play with your children. Any disease, any state of loneliness, any state of financial lack, all can be changed by a change in the mindset. So the first class is going to be about changing the display. The display is the out picturing of what's within, because that's where all this stuff comes from, what's within you. Thank you for the yellow hearts. So whatever's going on within, whatever doubts, whatever insecurities, whatever lies you're telling yourself. Many coaches call them stories. What stories are you telling yourself? I don't call them stories. I call them lies. They're absolute lies. I refuse to believe, and this is why I'm in this line of work now. I refused to believe that we had to submit to being sick. We had to submit to having needles injected in us every day, 3 times a day if you got diabetes. I refuse to believe that you have to submit to taking pain pills that only numb the pain, not completely relieve it, but just barely numb it half the time. Because most of my patients, they keep taking pain and they're watching the clock. What a fucking miserable way to live. Watching a clock to see when your next pain pill is coming. What a miserable way to live, that you can't play with your children or your grandchildren because your arthritis has, malformed your fingers. What a miserable way to live, that you have migraine headaches constantly. What a miserable way to live when there are answers. And it's all about tapping into your intuition and learning and listening to these messages and working with them instead of fighting against them, instead of numbing them and saying, oh, I have a headache, let me take a pain pill. They don't work. Most people's pain relievers do not work fully. My expectation, if you're going to give me a pain pill, I don't want to feel shit. I want to feel blissful. And that's not the reality. It kind of takes the edge. Most people say, oh, it took the edge off. Oh, it's better. No, it needs to be fucking blissful. That's my standard. I don't know about everybody's standards, but I'm going to impress. I'm telling you now, your standards can be higher. You can refuse to have any kind of pain at all. Right, they become one with the pain. There's people who they'll tell anybody who'll listen about all their medical conditions like it's a badge of honor. And that is a shame, and it breaks my heart. It's like an attention getting thing. They're like, oh, I have this disease and I have this. And I'm like, is that all you attain to? That breaks my heart. I don't want people, that's not the vision I have for people. And my vision will become manifest on this planet. There will be an impact made. All right, y'all, I gotta go. So go to my bio, get into Vibrational Alchemy. If you sign up by tomorrow, pay in full, you get $82.50 off, and after that you can participate in the full price, but there's a payment plan where you can break down the payments. Get into that class, y'all. Peace.